This is part 2 of my Polkadot Blockchain Academy series, and it covers the toughest week of the entire bootcamp.
It's 2 a.m. in the morning. This assignment is killing me.
Within just a few days I was fighting burnout, deep personal loss, sleepless nights, and a technical disaster that almost erased everything I worked for. This wasn't about mastering Rust or Substrate anymore, it was about making it through. Here's the raw, unfiltered story of becoming a Web3 developer when life refuses to pause. It all began when our assignment landed. We had 4 projects to pick from and an option to propose our own project. I asked Sean to develop a Uniswap v2-like DEX, which would be our own project, and he accepted. Instantly a tsunami of work hit me. Sleep not an option, stress skyrocketed, and staying focused became increasingly difficult. But then life hit even harder. I got the devastating news that my grandmother had passed away. We'd grown close, especially over the last months. Even though I knew this day would come, it still hit me hard. Sitting there in the lecture hall became surreal. One minute I'd feel completely present, the next silently drowning in memories. Tears slipped down my face unnoticed, blending into the lecture room as lights flickered above. It wasn't just about me what was on my mind. My fiancé, my parents, my current and future family, all of it was on my mind. I was at this moment unemployed, no freelance gigs lined up, and this was my second shot at the academy after being rejected once before. I had to choose: return to Poland, go to the funeral, or stay and finish what I started. I chose to stay. It hurt, I'm not gonna lie, and not everyone understood, but I made the call and I stood by it. If you have ever faced with a brutally tough choice, make it with full awareness. Own it, keep moving. Is it easy? Hell no. But is there a better option? Well, I don't think so. Most of the time I buried my grief just deep inside me, hidden from everyone, but every now and then it would bubble up, quietly reminding me it was still there, beneath the surface. Even in the storm, small moments of calm kept me grounded. Football matches at midnight, casual chats that pulled us out of the grind for just a bit. Sean, who's by the way one of our lecturers I forgot to mention earlier, wisely said, "Go out and touch some grass." Sounds funny, but honestly, it's great advice. Step outside, be present, and breathe. If you're under pressure, take breaks. Short ones, real ones, social or silent, you will feel the difference. Experiencing how much presence helped me stay grounded, I started reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It dives into why the present moment is all we ever truly have and how fully embracing it can cut through stress and noise. If that resonates with you, it's definitely worth a read. Shout out to Bhargav, my #1 fan, who gave me this postcard I now use as a bookmark. Thank you. By day 5 of the assignment, I had seen enough of Polkadot to pinpoint one significant weakness: user experience. Not just the experience of end users, but developers as well. Substrate, SDKs, tooling, they're immensely powerful but far from intuitive. On that same day, Pierre Auber, VP at Parity, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name, gave a guest lecture, and he didn't sugarcoat anything. He openly admitted how challenging and unintuitive the Polkadot ecosystem was and promised change. Change which actually was already visible. New API, Ethereum compatibility, and a new parachain acquiring system, and plenty release already, with more on the way. His transparency and clear vision restored my faith. I generally consider selling my DOT tokens, or at least some of my DOT tokens, but after Pierre's lecture I changed my mind. Polkadot was like a supercar engine inside a rusted chassis, and finally someone from the inside said, "Yeah, we see it, and we are about to rebuild it to match the power under the hood." Deadline day felt cinematic. Our hotel lunchroom transformed into a coding war room. Laptops glowing, energy electric, Brazilian rap pounding from the hotel's gym JBL box. And then, disaster. 3 hours before the midnight deadline, my project refused to build. Heart racing, clock ticking. I tried everything. Double-checked dependencies, cleared caches, rebuilt from scratch repeatedly. Nothing worked. Discord flooded with my frantic calls for help. Panic started to overtake me. 2 hours left, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15, 5, deadline closed. That was it. Game over. In a state of utter disbelief, I typed a dramatic farewell message on Discord. RIP, my assignment. I couldn't believe I'd given everything, sacrificed so much only to fall short now. The deadline was 15 minutes ago, officially. My project stopped working. I couldn't build it with the release flags for the release. It broke everything and I couldn't get it to
work anymore. I rolled back to my last commit state. It wasn't working. And now I'm trying to figure out what to do. Everyone went partying, either to the city or here to the university. Yeah, and I'm sitting at home, here at the hotel, trying to figure out and get this stuff to work.
But I wasn't ready to quit. Suddenly Marcelo, a fellow student, stepped in. Calmly he explained he'd encountered the same issue. He suggested updating all dependencies and recommended a plugin to do so. I followed his advice, ran one final build, and it worked. I submitted my assignment late, exhausted, but relieved. At that moment I genuinely thought I'd failed. But sometimes you fall short. And when that happens, you get up, brush off the dust, and keep moving forward. There's nothing more I can do. So here's my advice for future PBA students. Test your substrate builds in release mode early. Always. That week tested every part of me. Technically, emotionally, and mentally. But throughout all the chaos, a few lessons rose to the surface. If I could go back and tell myself these 3 things before the week started, it'd be these. Prepare before the storm hits. Trying to learn the basics under extreme pressure just won't work. Get comfortable with Rust and Substrate beforehand. Start with exercises like Sean's Rust State Machine or NFT Kitties. If you have done PBX, you probably already know them. Do them again, and again, and again. I'm not joking, do them multiple times. They will be immense help. Use tools like .code School or even my new VS Code extension Gitorial, which lets you clone and work through the tutorial locally with auto-completion, step by step. It's a game changer. Link is in the description. Second, be present. Really present. On the first week I was fully engaged and it showed. By week 2 I started zoning out. Understandable, but still, big mistake. When you're fully present, things click faster, you absorb more and you stress less. Third, you are more capable than you realize. Surrounded by smart, driven people, your brain kicks into higher gear. Challenges you once found intimidating become manageable. You discover strength and capabilities you didn't know existed. Never let anyone, especially your own doubts, tell you otherwise. Remember what Will Smith said in The Pursuit of Happiness. You got a dream, you gotta protect it.
You got a dream, you gotta protect it.
If you want something, go get it, period. One step at a time, we will get there. If you are chasing your Web3 goals or facing your own challenges, drop a like and leave your questions or thoughts in the comments. I will answer every single one. Don't forget to subscribe. Part 3 is coming soon, where I will reveal the outcome of the exam, the final week of the academy, and how the experience profoundly shifted my path. See you soon.